Okay, so hi, I'm Jackie. I'm a Virgo sun sign, moon in Capricorn, and a Virgo rising, and I am doing birth chart readings. And the first two, because today is my best friend and her twins' birthday, I decided I would do them first. And since they're twins, it would be practically like almost the same birth chart, just a few things that are different, but practically the same chart. And so it'd be really easy to do. It's like doing one person, except I'm doing two. So yeah. The first thing I am going to do is I am going to explain what your sun sign, like what it means and how it relates to you. Basically, it says, I wrote everything down because I didn't feel like having to memorize everything by brain. So basically what the sun is, it means vitality. There's also a sense of your individuality, your outward shining, or your creative energy. In astrology, your sun sign is your core, the inner self, basically. And since both of you your both sun signs are Taurus, you guys are strong-willed, you guys have charm, tolerant, and you're stoic. Mom says that she isn't stoic, so that doesn't apply to everybody. Don't think it really applies to you guys. So it says you guys like pleasure and you like the good things in life, and you also appreciate the arts. Some things that oppose your sun sign, like the bad aspects of the Taurus, the weaknesses is what they call it, basically, is that you're obstinate or you're lazy, and you can also be materialistic. I know that you guys can be lazy, but it's okay, because I know I'm lazy, so I mean, I don't care. And materialistic, yeah, you guys can be materialistic. You like the finer things, the finer objects of Becca, makeup. You prefer the higher brand over the drugstore. That's materialistic. Rachel, you prefer to shop at higher retail end stores like Forever 21 or Aerie or something, instead of like Walmart or something. So, I mean, you guys can be materialistic. Another thing that you guys share is your ascendant. And your ascendant, what that means, your rising sun. We share this, so this is pretty cool. It's also known as like the mask. It's the foundation of our personality, the way we are viewed in the world. We can be intelligent, reserved, somewhat shy. We need time to analyze things before warming up to people and situations, new situations. You have a deep need to understand the world around you. You have high ideals and keep your eye on what's beyond the horizon. You always are thinking about your future, always thinking about it, always looking forward to it, and you can seem quite restless because of this. You don't necessarily stop thinking about the future. You're always constantly like, oh, I could do this for later on in life, or oh, if I do this job, then I'll have this skill, and later, so I could get a better job or something. You're proud of your knowledge and of your morals. It also gives you advice. It says to avoid self-righteousness in your enthusiasm to share your knowledge. It says you are tolerant, adventurous, and a curious person. Yeah, you guys love adventure, and you guys are very tolerant of things. You want to see the best of people and the best in life. So you're constantly looking for the best qualities in a person. You are concerned about flaws. You're always looking for that best quality of that person beyond all those flaws. Next up, the moon. It represents our feelings and our emotions. It's our imagination, and it also is like our self-image. how we see ourselves, basically. Both of you have your moon in Capricorn, and in short, for you guys, means that you guys are reserved and cautious. You guys can be attracted to politics. Rachel is, for sure, because I mean, she did really well in that debate in class or in school, that mock political debate thing in school. She did really well with that, and she knows her stuff. You know your stuff, basically. Becca, I'm not too sure. Becca, you may be. You guys are picky. Yeah. Join the club. You guys are earthy. Success comes by means of other people, meaning that other people help you and motivate you and support you, and with that, that's how you success. Those people also recognize your qualities. Like, Rachel, you're really good at math, and Becca, you're good at interpreting books and everything. You're very detailed and intellectual when it comes to books. Again, some things that oppose those strong qualities: your material worries and savings. You're constantly worried about money, basically, or maybe you're overspending, and you're worried about that because you don't want to overspend. You want to save money. You don't let yourself get carried away by love as well. The next to come, Mercury. Both your Mercuries are in Taurus. What that is common sense, basically. Rationality, spoken and written word, communication, putting in order, weighing and evaluating things, process of learning and of skills. With your guys' Mercury in Taurus, that you're faithful to your ideas. You guys are both very strong believers into your own ideas, and they're very unchangeable and quite opinionated. You guys are very opinionated, but then again, I don't know anybody who isn't opinionated. You guys are very persistent. You guys are always somehow on top of things. You guys have everything, you know, it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna get this done, and after that we're gonna get this done, and after that we're gonna get this done. But you're also discreet. You can be discreet about some things. Maybe be discreet about who you're seeing, or what you're doing, or whatever. I don't know. You guys also like all of the pleasures that life has to offer. Like anything that's pleasurable, you like it. It could be chocolate, toys, romantic comedies, this show, all the pleasures in life, and you love it. You're also careful in speech, meaning you think before you speak, and yeah, I really do hope this is true for the both of you. You're deliberate, intelligent, you learn best through the senses. You learn best through your sense of sight or touch or whatever, sense of hearing. It says not through the traditional educational system. You guys went through the traditional educational system, so I can't really say yes or no for that one. And you guys possess a lot of common sense. Like, that's a no-brainer to me. Your simplicity makes it easy to get from point A to point B in a few steps as possible. As few steps as possible. Yes, that describes you pretty well. You guys get things done as soon as you can, and that way you can have like the rest of the day to do whatever. The next is Venus, and if you guys don't know Venus, that is the planet of love and beauty and aesthetics and of sex. Becca, your Venus is in Pisces, and Rachel, I do believe your Venus is in Pisces as well. You guys project yourselves as dreamy or soft-hearted partners, as everything about the way you flirt promises a lovely time. Basically, you guys know how to flirt. You guys do. I try to pick up some pointers just by watching. You guys have a very elusive charm, and you're sweetly playful. I notice it with the both of you. You guys have a very flirty, playful. Sometimes Venus and Pisces, they get moody and perhaps maybe a little irregular in their moods. Like, you can go from good mood to a bad mood, you know, very quickly one day, or it takes a lot to get you pissed off the next day. Who knows? So it's irregular. It says you guys appreciate romance and poetry. I'm sure you guys appreciate romance. Poetry, unless it was written for you, I don't know if you guys appreciate poetry. You prefer to feel out yourself and the relationship you share with another person. You guys can also be sensitive, but lovers may find it maddening that this sensitivity is not only directed at them, but towards all of mankind. You're really sensitive when it comes to love. Really sensitive, and you guys are attracted to the underdog. Kinda, you know, like attracted to the kind of guys that other people wouldn't necessarily think that they would get far. You guys love unconditionally as well. You guys definitely love unconditionally. It doesn't matter who you love, it's unconditional. It says that with their romantic view of the world, they can be unreasonably attracted to states of suffering and martyrdom, so they easily get into the role of saving someone or being saved. When it comes to in-depth kind of things like that, in that relationship you somehow want to learn something out of it, and the person you choose to be with is either the lesson or the lesson learned. Venus in Pisces is actually turned on by inequality. It says they can be rather confusing and hard to pin down as they feel their way through their relationships. As much as they want to, they find it hard to commit. Many do end up committing, however, at least on the surface. This is possibly later on in life. You probably haven't matured up to this point yet. It's hard for you to commit to somebody with your heart, but with your mind and externally, you'll commit to them because they're physically there. But emotionally and eternally, for you, it's not necessarily there. You are willing to commit, but it has to be that right person, of course. When it comes to pleasing you guys, the other person should know the Venus in Pisces enjoys tender moments and romantic times, but you're not always able to count on them. Venus in Pisces can stretch the truth just every once in a while. They do this because they fear they might hurt you, and they can't bear to cause you any heartache. In a relationship, it can be hard for the other person to actually get to know you guys, because it's hard for you guys to actually get to know yourself. You don't know how to describe yourself or anything. But some Venus and Pisces people, when you love, it's so unconditional. Like Mars, NASA for the stars. Sorry, Lady Gaga moment. What Mars is your drive in life, you know? Your courage, your determination, the freedom of spontaneous impulse, and the readiness for action, the way someone goes about doing things, simple aggression sometimes. It also represents the desire for action and physical energy. For Becca, your Mars is in Leo, and Rachel, yours is as well. Mars in Leo. Very first thing it says is the Leo is a very sexual sign when it comes to Mars. They are easy to arouse. Okay, so you guys are easy to get a little heated. Their passion is long-standing. You guys are so passionate when it comes to love. And it also says that Leo natives in Mars, they love sex. Almost as much as a Scorpio loves sex. Yeah, more than. You guys demand loyalty and admiration. You demand it, and you get it. You guys get impatient with simple-mindedness, and also you both don't like disloyalty at all. And nobody does, but then again, you guys more so than others, I guess. You get really fired up and angered and irritated when somebody tries to humiliate you, and you guys have high principles and you defend them as well. Mars and Leo people act with their heart, and their ego is tied up with their actions. Anything they do becomes a source of great pride. Yeah, anything you do, it's because you have pride in it, and you have pride in yourself that you could do it. Some Mars and Leo people can be self-righteous and quarrelsome. This doesn't necessarily apply to you guys, but sometimes maybe you guys like drama just a little bit. You guys like arguing just a little bit, because you guys know you could win. But the more sophisticated people in this position are kindly leaders. Rachel, you are definitely a kind leader. Jupiter, that is the search of individual meaning and purpose. Optimism, hope, and a sense of justice. Faith, a basic philosophy of life, striving for spiritual growth and expansion. You guys attract the most good fortune when you are open-handed and generous, tolerant, and when you practice what you preach. Good things happen to you when you're open and generous, happy. The advice you give, you use it, basically. That's usually when everything's going really well for you. You guys find success in travel. Like, when I think of you find success in travel, you successfully travel. You travel to your destination successfully, and that I usually think of your mama when you travel. You're also successful in education. You guys are really smart. Honestly, you guys are so smart. You're very good at teaching, and you guys are really good at sports. Your younger days really shine through. And Becca, your cross country and field and track, you know, that all that was really good. Your guys were really athletic, and Rachel, in your soccer when you were younger, and also track for you at in junior high when you and I met for like the first time ever. You guys are very philosophical and forward-thinking kind of people. You guys are very also enthusiastic. You guys have strong morals, and you strongly value freedom of movement and expression. You strongly believe and value freedom and expression. You guys don't like being tied down, really. Like, under lockdown or something, you don't like it, basically. You don't like being held in one spot. You don't like being stuck. Let's go on to Saturn. This is how we experience reality. We also meet with resistance and discover our limitations. Saturn represents the conscious and the moral conviction, our powers of endurance, our ability to concentrate, and contraction and effort. You can be misanthropic, I guess, and with soul and humor. You like to live in solitude, in contemplation, and you like to work alone. Most likely, I think you guys do prefer working alone when it comes to like either homework or group projects, or just like in your job. You love that independent work, basically. You like knowing that you did this by yourself and you were able to success by yourself. With Virgos, we like having our time alone. You guys have Virgo in your chart, and so I can see how that those two fall together, that you guys prefer to live in solitude or in contemplation. Uranus, individual liberty, egoistic liberty, or intuition, transmits sudden intuition and lightning insights, an openness to all that is new, unknown, and unusual, a sort of wrong-headed contrariness to be characteristic of astrology as such. Your guys' Uranus, both in Aquarius, since you get overexcited about things, about starting a task that interests you, like, say, going to go see a movie, or reading a brand new book that just came out of a series that you may possibly like. It says that your guys' sophisticated personality, some people may think that you're kind of just overdoing it or just being kind of unoriginal with it, and that I don't get. Because I don't know how anybody can be dissatisfied by that. Neptune. Go! Answer Pluto! Supersensory. Opens doors to mystical experiences and illusion and false appearances associated with drugs, escapism, and all kinds of pseudo realities. Your guys' Neptune is in Capricorn. Mine is 2. For Neptune in Capricorn, it's very short and simple. You're discerning, wise, and you're sensible. To get more information, we would have to dwindle into the houses. The 5th house represents our desires in the love, creativity, and self-esteem, forming the path of self-expression and the way we extend and release our energies and emotions. Influences our inner child, love affairs, play, amusement, and any kind of drama in your life. It defines how we express ourselves personally, creatively, and romantically. When it comes to Neptune in the 5th house, it says extravagant love affairs, great passions. So Neptune is trine to your midheaven. The midheaven not only influences our vocational goals, but spiritual or personal ones. So how we respond to stressful situations. It represents the mom or the mom figure with the other parent at the opposite end. It's the circle. Like, imagine all the zodiac signs in one big circle. The mom would be on this side, dad would be on this side, basically. Opposite. Always opposite. This is also how others perceive us. Social qualities and trustworthiness. The midheaven affects every sign differently. It's by element. The midheaven, also known as the MC, which is, it's some Latin words, and I don't know Latin. Should get Lydia Martin to do my Latin reading for me. It's the midheaven, also known as the MC. Your guys' midheavens are 2 different things, but your guys' midheavens are right next to each other. The difference where Taurus and Gemini, here is the line. Becca, you're in Taurus, and Rachel, you're in Gemini. For Taurus, the midheaven means you're trusted at work, and your occupation is connected with the earth somehow, and the buildings and finances. Like, somehow you'll end up working in something involving the earth, or construction of a building, or maybe like taxes, accounting or something. And for Gemini, you're probably going to have a profession that requires a lot of change and movement. And the job you have now, Rachel, that is exactly what you do. You're changing your working environment, and you're constantly moving, unless you're just chilling at a house from like 7 to 10 and not really doing anything besides watching TV because your senior is asleep. So that's basically when you're not really doing any movement. Pluto! This is how we deal with power, personal and non-personal, be it through suffering the power of others or exercising your own. The cycles of dying and becoming, our capacity for radical change and rebirth. Both of your Plutos are in Sagittarius. You have great aspirations. Sexuality and love are idealized. Pluto is ruled by Scorpio. Scorpio is the sex god of the zodiac.